Hello and welcome back to Rue Valley. We are breaking this time loop apart one way or another. Though I don't know that we're getting out of it anytime soon. Recently, we have now started the loop inside of Frank's truck. And we're trying to make sure that Ben isn't on drugs because he's got information about Riley, who knows more about the message. There's all sorts of wacky, weird stuff going on right now. I wonder, can I call Ben? Ooh, we can see what the internet has to say about Dana Peters. I can call the doctor. As ringing starts, it dawns to you, ever since you began looping in Frank's pickup, you stopped appearing on Fink's couch, which means that in his eyes, you vanish in front of him every loop. Poor man has questions to ask, a lot of questions, probably.
Hero, what in the Earth's name? What happened?
You sound distressed. Try breathing slowly. I've heard it can calm the nerves. Hell, you even wrote an article about it. There's a short pause and you want to believe he applies the technique you offered him. Alas, it doesn't last long. Mr. Harrow, I don't need to calm down.
You just vanished. Right in front of me. One moment you were there, the next I was talking to empty air.
You do realize how crazy that sounds, right? Especially coming from a therapist. He pauses, clearly reconsidering what you've just said, and you've knocked him off the rails. Now's time to press the advantage. You must be confused. You forgot I simply left. It happens, and it's okay. Silence is your only answer, followed by a long, drawn-out sigh. It sounds suspiciously like surrender. Perhaps you're right. In a way, I mean, it's possible I just didn't notice you leaving. It's good to see you found your composure again, because I need to ask you something. We didn't really get to finish our session properly, and I always like to leave a bit of room for questions at the end. Given that our session ended not too long ago, I suppose I could offer some brief answers now and leave the details for tomorrow. I mean, it ended not too long ago. It literally ends like this minute, so... You imagine that? We just disappear, and then he gets a phone call? We're ending it today just to say ended on another cliffhanger? I don't know, 5 more times? Yeah. Sounds about right. A dream has been haunting me lately, and I need you to help me figure it out. Come on, we both know you won't say no. I can't refuse you when you're in such a state of distress. We share the cuckoo clock dream. So this is good. So this is how we can still do the dreams. And that's when I woke up. The cabin, the rocking chair and the blanket, the fireplace, and obviously the strange cuckoo clock with the miniature worker, they all seem to be significant. Would you like to share your thoughts on any of them? Well, the cabin was calm, filled with the scent of pine. It was nice. He smiles. How do I know that? We're on the phone. The cabin could symbolize a desire for... Are we FaceTiming him? Maybe we're FaceTiming him. A longing for a break from the stresses of daily life. How did it feel being there before you fixated on the clock? Tranquil. Now, on another level, the cabin may also symbolize your subconscious mind, your personal inner space. In this context, the feelings of contentment may indicate a need to pay a visit to that world. We'll get deeper into this kind of interpretation in the future. Let's touch upon the other elements. The blanket was very soft in the rocking chair. It made me sleepy. Comfort and relaxation. The old rocking chair might also symbolize your longing for a return to the safety of childhood. The blanket could represent a desire for emotional protection or a need to cover yourself up and hide certain aspects. Could it be connected to a feeling of vulnerability? I don't think so. Well, he tilts his head left and right. Just a thought to come back to. Let's move on to another symbol for now. The flames in the fireplace were mesmerizing, like they were pulling me in. And the clock's hands moved rapidly while you were hypnotized by the flames. What do you think that could mean? My tendency to get lost in distractions. Procrastination. It's interesting how it can be both comforting and time-consuming. It might also symbolize inner desires, passions, or unresolved emotions. While the flames shouldn't be allowed to spread outside the fireplace, it's important to keep them alive. It's a delicate balance. Anything else about the dream? The clock was oppressive, like dictating at my every move. Yet at the same time, the way it works remained a mystery to you. I could understand the idea behind it, but on the other hand, it felt completely counterintuitive. I see. He takes a breath. Tell me, does the number 47 or 48 hold any significance to you? Yeah, but a story better explored in our next session. What about the miniature worker? That's who I need to be? A prisoner trapped by a machine whose purpose you can't truly understand. That's quite telling, Mr. Harrow. Do you often feel like you're trying to meet external expectations or deadlines that are beyond your control? Well, I used to before I arrived in the valley. You seem surprised. Happy to hear that, Mr. Harrow. This is exactly why my methods require complete divergence from the client's regular way of life during the course of therapy. But your stay at Rue Valley Motel will not last forever. And the feeling will come back soon as you return to your daily routine, unless we address that inner conflict. On the one hand, you desire tranquility and safety, and on the other hand, you're pressured by the demands and expectations of the external world. You're stuck in a cycle of trying to meet these demands, but you can neither truly understand their purpose, nor find a way to escape them. These external demands are real, and they come from responsibilities I have in my life. I see your point, Mr. Harrow. Well, endless grind mentality. Oh no. We'll explore this further in our next session. Understanding how to manage these inner demands while maintaining your inner peace is crucial for your well-being. We got much to discuss. Is that this one? A burnout. Ah. The room is littered with coffee cups and remnants of half-devoured takeout food that could be carbon dated to the second freelance epoch of your post-breakup life. You can hear me smiling and I'd like you to stop? Never. Things are much different if I'm just sad all the time. Quit job, true. As the clock creeps towards 3 a.m., the beat is complemented by the soft hum of the laptop's fan and the feverish clattering of your fingers on the keyboard, forming a timeless techno anthem of focus and stress. Aside the sole remaining working light bulb, the laptop screen is illuminating this excuse of a home office in a cold bluish hue. I'm in the flow. Flow, you're in torrent and drowning, your sense of self and your personal life rapidly eroding under the pressure to perform. Well, c'est la vie for freelancers. That's right, gotta keep on the grind. The keyboard is but an extension of your very being, an instrument to both creation and pressure and money. As you continue typing, trite phrases and sleep-deprived wordplay start emerging from the audible jungle of caffeine-driven keystrokes again. A notification pops up, followed immediately by another one, completely breaking your groove. 2 new emails competing for your attention. Open the one from your longtime client, the e-commerce giant GigaBazaar. You're confronted with a list of last-minute changes to a product descriptions for an upcoming sale named Health and Wellness Whirlwind. Of course, they need to be implemented immediately. The pressure mounts as you realize the high stakes of the assignment. GigaBazaar's success, and by extension your career, hinges on your ability to deliver. The mail thrusts you deeper into the hopeless feeling of perpetual lateness, and if you're endlessly chasing the minutes trying to keep up with a faceless rival that's one step ahead. No pause, no respite, for the world never stops demanding, never waits for you to catch up. The pressure is unbearable, and the fear of falling behind is a haunting specter that never truly disappears. This is a little too close to reality as a content creator. You push forward as the finish line is within grasp, yet only an elusive desert horizon lies ahead, forever beyond reach. Ben is trying to fill the bottomless pit of pain with drugs. You know that feeling all too well, the emptiness deep inside, itching to be stuffed with meaning, life yearning to be filled with purpose. Dr. Fink might be right. You're mistaking frantic motion for purpose, running from the terrifying silence that might tell you who you are when you stop. You should talk to him about it. I don't suppose I can do that right now, can I? He barely lent you his time for one phone call. He's not going to answer another. All right, well, that's fair. All right, let's go to the bar. Because we can look up information about Dana. Once we all know of it, some die of it. Scottish. When health and well-being is sacrificed in the name of bill payments is when socialism starts sounding good. Dude, socialism has sounded good a long time ago to me. I'm all in favor for it.
My name is
I have a question.
But of course.
Actually, no, I don't. I thought maybe he'd know something about Dana. Crazy Scottish man. I guess I need to go all the way inside. Do I? Yeah. Let's see what the internet has to say about Dana Peters. What are you hoping to find? She's spirited, sure, but if she ever left Embark, it was probably on chalk and a lab board, washed away before the internet thought to notice. Well, just curious. Ever hear the tale of the inquisitive feline? No, lucky for you. Dana vibes like a certified cat lady. What are you going to search for first? Dana Peters Overshoot Forum. You landed on the About Us page of a niche and somewhat underdesigned educational hub. The sticky sidebar widget says it's all the forums taken over, burying the site under its own rabid nose of all things environmental. The founders are listed below, and Dana's there labeled only as activist. No picture though, but her name is hyperlinked. Oh, takes you right to her profile. Activity log, Danager Peters 84. Hasn't been active for more than 5 years. You see a number of posts and threads where she's mentioned, but a single one, caps, sellout, piques your interest. Well, now that I'm here. The thread reads like a feeding frenzy. Snide jokes, bitter jabs, and harsh accusations that Dana jumped ship to cozy up with the very enemies they've long rallied against. Post after post calls her a traitor to the cause, accusing her of cashing in the credibility and prestige for Coral Destiny's paycheck. And Dana, she's in there swimming, firing back with mile-long posts, piling on reply after reply about how she's out there getting off her ass, doing the real work instead of sniping behind keyboards. A particularly hot-headed commenter pinned, or rather nailed, a news article to the top with a caption, "From our champion to an accomplice in scorching our skies." I've come this far. Read it. Cedar Vale, 2009. Dana Peters, age 25, was convicted today for her involvement in the deliberate release of an unidentified pathogen among oil extraction personnel, resulting in severe, systematic, yet non-lethal illness in several miners. Facing charges of eco-terrorism, Peters pleaded not guilty to one of 2 counts, but was ultimately sentenced to a year in prison without the possibility of appeal or parole. The authorities have not disclosed additional information pertaining to potential motives of the nature of the released pathogen, nor confirmed the existence of any prior criminal records associated with Peters. How could she do such a thing? Say you slipped it into the conversation, figure there's enough here to make things see your way. It doesn't feel right. If I go through this, I'll never forgive myself. Think of it this way. You're doing it to help someone in need, so it's somewhat of a gray area. It's not like you haven't lied and cheated along the way. What's one more dirty deed? I don't know how I feel about that. Shooting someone was bad enough.
Hey, I'm Travis, and you look like you could really use a drink.
Do you know Riley Anderson?
Anderson.
Brow creasing, lip shifting like he's powering through a deadlift.
Riley. She's cool, super nice, and gives off that easygoing vibe. Oh, and a great tipper.
What's up with her and Coral Destiny?
Can't say for sure. Think she's with the space program or something. Her and a bunch of other jumpers were practically regulars here.
What happened to him?
What do you mean, what happened? Probably just new rules or regs, so they don't let them mingle like before.
Do you want to hear about our Lord and Savior, the endless time loop? No, please. Please. He glances around and leans in towards you.
Just between us, one night, I think Nita went a bit too hard on them. Or maybe just one of them. Can't quite recall. And trust me, that woman can yell.
Yeah, don't I know it?
So who knows? Maybe they started boycotting the belt. But that crew was wild. I mean, they could hold their liquor like dock workers, especially Riley. And trust me, I sling some serious stargaritas. But that thing? I kicked it up a notch. Mixed it just for them. I call it Nebula Nectar. Strictly off the record, menu, and the rules.
You must have had some wild stories after a couple of those. You must have heard something.
Nope. Only that the drink proved tougher to beat than their Astro Sims. Took that as a compliment.
The guy's truly professional. You're probably not going to get much more out of him. All right, well. Didn't learn much, but... What are we doing here? Let's read the book until the time loop ends. Can't really like drive out there otherwise, so. I mean, the fact that if we full speed there and we only get there at like 3 minutes before the boom. Best to get some rest. I am so curious about fixing the internet so that he can fix the water. You know, like there's obviously something you could do here, like getting Dana. I feel like blackmailing Dana is the wrong thing because I want her to help fix the water supply as well. Oh yeah, we gotta talk to the doctor again though.
Mr. Hero, what in the Earth's name? What happened?
Forget about me. Are you all right? Your voice is trembling. You are the reason I'm upset.
You just vanished. Right in front of me. One moment you were there, the next I was talking to empty air.
You're exaggerating. Nobody just vanishes. You were so focused on talking that you didn't notice me leaving. No need to pin this on me. His answer is silence as he turns his words over in your mind. You've clearly jammed a confusion wrench between the cogs of his thinking. Sorry if my tone is out of place, Mr. Harrow. It's just that never mind. Let's say I must have missed you leaving and leave it at that. Apology accepted. Anyway, I gotta ask you something. Didn't really get to finish our session. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Question. You helped me realize something about myself. You have to hear this, and I'm not taking no for an answer. Dr. Fink, I think my behavior is partially driven by fear that I'm completely unimportant, invisible even. That's an important insight. What made you start thinking about it? My work-life balance, or rather the complete imbalance, everything tilting towards work. As if work is the only thing that exists, the only part of life that really matters. Coming back to your insight about feeling unimportant, how do you think this ties into all of this? I thought that working from dusk to dawn would eventually bring me something. Like acceptance or visibility. I guess... visibility. Being noticed becomes a proof of significance, but it's always in someone else's eyes, not your own. What stands out to me is your sense of significance seems to be measured entirely by other people's perceptions of you and your work, not your own. By overworking yourself, you tried to show everyone that your work, and by extension you, matter. But in doing that, you burned yourself out of energy, out of happiness, out of everything, basically out of life. Then instead of changing course, you doubled down, pouring even more effort into an already empty tank, burning through whatever was left at a faster rate. Almost like a hamster on a running wheel, pardon the metaphor. And in the end, the wheel came off and slammed straight into you. No offense taken, I agree. You did what you honestly believed would work for you. Hindsight's always 20/20, as they say. It's easy for both of us to seem wise now, metaphorically or otherwise. To say with the metaphors, naming the issue is like opening a suitcase. There's all kinds of dirty laundry and misplaced things stuffed in there. A lot to untangle and make sense of, so this is just the first step. I'm very familiar with metaphorical suitcases, trust me. Let's just say with the positive, you've admitted this to yourself and another person. That alone is a big step. Oh, hi, Mo. We'll return to this topic in our next session and work on healthier ways to address that fear. But for now, take a moment to be proud of yourself. Enjoy that, to be satisfied with yourself, and start accepting that you are significant, a small piece of the universe in your own right. Can you give yourself that? A moment of validation that doesn't need to be earned or proven? Hell yeah. That's the spirit. Willpower gained. Stop the wheel. Piece together your resolve, one stubborn loop at a time. Goodbye, Dr. Fink. How did I end up starting somewhere new in the loop? Oh, well, wouldn't you like to know? We beat the game. Well, we had to get the credits to roll first. And then we fell down a cliff. It's a bit confusing, and honestly, I don't have an answer on how exactly or why exactly we are. Once the loop is over, you start a new career as a therapist with how much therapy you've had at this point. I know, right? That's kind of what it feels like. We've learned so much. Hey, Moni. The reason Terra Invicta was so confusing was because you slept through parts of the stream, not because it's a complicated game. Got personal, right? So personal. Marinara, how you doing, brother? Welcome. Just having a little Mona break for a moment. Coming in to say hi. Hey, Moni. Are you having a good nap? Are you still having a good nap? Push, push, push. The Mona break is always nice. You know, it's part of therapy. An MD recommended sense of purpose. Probably has like 10,000 hours of therapy at this point. Well, I guess the ironic part is we're only ever getting about a minute of therapy on every loop, so. You beat the game, I had 2 cats on stream today. I know, right? Didn't sleep through the stream, it's decided to start at nighttime instead of awake time. All right, where are we going here? First off, let's clear up this, the treadmill. You're mistaking frantic motion for purpose, fear of insignificance. All right, so that's Ben's. Fear of self-acknowledgement. Frank's was fear of inadequacy. Alexander K's was fear of abandonment. Maxine and Jason's we still don't have figured out. Dr. Fink's we still don't have figured out. And Anita's we still don't have figured out. Robin's fear of identity loss, and Judy's we don't either. I assume if we get everybody's, we're going to be maxed out, have no room for inspiration, and have nothing but full willpower. Can I call Ben? No. Well, what if I browse the text messages here? Are there any from Ben? Do another search. Signal. I don't think we've looked for these. Alex. Comes up with an empty list of texts. Most recent messages. Boss lady. What does Anita want from Frank? There are only 2. Frank, pick up the phone now. It's important. I hate texts like these. They open an endless pit in my stomach. Your own anxieties have nothing to do with that, surely. The second message is also from today, some 10 minutes before the start of the loop. I still think you're a selfish shithead, but I have to admit you're right. If only you could take your own advice. Anita didn't strike me as a person who takes anyone's advice. Book by its cover and all, remember? Well, that was 4 minutes. So I think the loop resets. Yeah. I'm not really sure how I'm going to make it so Ben's not on drugs. Because by the time I get there, he's already on drugs. I mean, I guess we're blackmailing. Go straight out there this time. Step by step, loop by loop, right? The trick is to say no to drugs. That's what I've been doing wrong all these years. Mona's just on my lap, just cleaning my hand right now. It's very cute. This cat, she's some baby when she wakes up. I'd like to try talking to Ben first. I feel like we know a lot about Ben, so... Do we ask him about Riley again? Yeah, why not? Okay, I guess not. Let's ignore the protocol
Always
together.
for breaking some screw cord.
Islay does the same, but far more aggressively. Mona's pretty calm about it.
Hiya! So sorry about that sterilization procedure, and don't you worry about the chemicals. They are all organic in origin.
Oh, yeah, okay. Tell her Ben's motel is going to be acquired by the bank. UB Pursuer, Compliance Manager, New Horizon Bank.
Hello, Mr. Pursuer. A very fitting last name considering your job.
You're not the first one to make that joke.
I'm Dana Peters. How can I help you?
Listen, Ben, I mean Mr. Flemmer, he's about to lose the motel.
How? With all those Coral Destiny tourists, the place should be doing just fine.
He hasn't been paying the loan installments for some time now. Like he's lost control. It's like he's using again.
What you describe sounds more like Ben himself than something caused by a substance. He has always been irresponsible ever since I met him.
I mean,
and
that's
when Anita
true,
left,
but
things only went further downhill. She used to take care of all the day-to-day matters.
listen, stop giving him
Robin
drugs.
took on as much as she could, but she's still young, inexperienced. A child, so to speak. So, if what you're saying is true, it's not about any substance. It's about Ben and the kind of person he is.
God, this lady sucks. This is some backwards drug dealing logic right now. Isla, Scottish island known for the whiskey. Jumps into bed, beelines for your face, licks your mouth to wake you up with a helicopter tail. Oh my god, okay, thankfully I don't have that. My cats do jump into the bed the moment I wake up though, and they're like, stay in bed, give us snuggles. And I'm like, I have to get up. And they're like, no, you don't. And they're right. They're always right. This is only your first attempt. Persistent might still pay off.
Yes?
I don't want to blackmail her, man. I don't feel like that's right. Hey, we can use the computer? Calling it Dana's workstation feels like a gross oversimplification, but the name works. You notice a lovely business card casually left next to it. Something sciencey that requires a PhD or two, just to name a few. The card, though, basically screaming, look at me. So shift your focus from all of the other stuff and take a closer look. I don't know, grab the card and look at it. Like taking candy from a free candy dispenser. Your eyes fall on Dr. Dana Peters, head of food and medicine department, Coral Destiny. A perfectly boring corporate-style email and phone number. Phone number! Definitely not personal. You're almost disappointed. Somehow you cram this boring but oh so important information into your mind. Great. Now we can call her in the morning. Or possibly right now. Check Wi-Fi connections. CD open Wi-Fi. Okay. I'm just gonna see if Walter has anything while I'm out here. He sure looked like he don't. Looks like we're looping again. Ooh, Ben's car is now available. Right on time, exhausted by the torments, Ben slumps on the car's hood. Maybe there's something inside that can get me to Dana. The car is your oyster if you want to poke around. I don't think I need to smash a window. But why not? It's kind of fun. Nice thinking with the sleeve. Safety first, of course. Luckily for you, Ben's so out of it you could dismantle the whole car with a crowbar and he wouldn't notice. Driver's seat tilts awkwardly under your weight, probably from years of compensating for a missing leg. Despite Ben keeping a tidy car, the age shows. Every crease has been smooth as if you could patch up the old wounds. Well, let's check under the seats first. When you do grasp, your hand grasps a whole lot of nothing. All right. Sun visor? Nothing. The glove compartment? Mass of junk spilling it across the passenger seat and onto the floor. Is there anything left in the glove box? Handful of coins, a battery, a pristine new semi-hollow rubber cylinder. Heck is that for? Go through the pile on the floor. Crumpled papers, a scuffed flashlight, a pack of nicotine patches, unopened, tire pressure gauge, and a worn, folded up photograph. Look at this photograph. It's folded twice, and when you open it, the intersecting crease lands dead across the face of one of the figures. One on the left, a tall woman cradling a baby, head bowed, so you can't discern her features, though something's familiar in her posture. It's Anita, which makes the baby Robin. The remaining pair, a young man in his early 20s, stuffed into a suit too big, smiling awkwardly as he's supporting the guy with the obscured face. And beside him, a preteen girl with arms crossed, one leg stretched towards the camera, chin tilted up in the quiet defiance. Frank and Riley. Doesn't exactly look like a reminder of happier times, but there's no mistaking how much the picture is cherished. What about the mess on the seat? Wad of papers in an empty binder. Look at the binder. It's blue with a touch of filigree. Check the papers. Almost everything in here is car business. Tucked among them are 2 pages, a report from the New Horizon Bank, tax foreclosure, notice of default, quite a mouthful, but put simply, it's the official warning that Rue Valley Motel will be repossessed by the bank because of the lack of mortgage payments. Transfer of ownership set to take effect in the coming weeks. Tried telling Dana about this and it didn't work. Maybe the approach was right, but the information wrong? Keep digging. Boom. Every time I do it, loops me back. Eric, how you doing, dude? Overly lewd. What kind of game was this? It's a game about therapy. It's time loop and Disco Elysium with a heavy therapy vibe. Someone brought out the dirty laundry. Yeah, I mean we're in like full blackmail mode right now, so. Yeah, there's still no can't just call her. I can't believe it takes us like the full loop just to get to the mine. This lady sucks. It's pretty on the nose. All good, man. Just writing stuff up. Using you to soothe the time away. Well, this is definitely the soothing game, that's for sure. Got my buttery voice telling us to feel better and giving us good therapeutic advice. It's the name of the game today. All right, take 2.
Always for breaking screw.
Frank's battery is finally starting to die. Not that I think it really matters, but...
Hiya! And don't you worry about the chemicals. They are all organic in origin.
Oh. Okay. So I no longer have the other option. All right, well, let's blackmail her. J.J. Lawson, private investigator.
Hello, Mr. Lawson? Or should I say, son of law? Sounds like an action hero's last name.
Yeah, it suits me. I'm always at action.
Good for you. And for the law, I suppose. My name is Dana Peters. How can I help you?
Listen, I know who you were in your past life.
Really? What was I? A plant? Hopefully something fruit-bearing.
A terrorist.
Oh, that again. I was hoping for something far more original and fun. And you're sharing this little revelation with me because...
I want you to stop giving drugs to Ben.
That won't happen. First, because it helps him. My remedy works. Second, my employers already know about my past. Nice try, though, but blackmail won't work with me. What I don't understand is, why you? What's your connection to Ben?
I'm investigating something, that's why.
An investigation that uses blackmail? Maybe you're in the wrong career. Either way, I've got work. Later. You can see yourself out.
You tried using the loss of the motel against her, it didn't work. Now blackmailing failed too. Every attempt to sway Dana has fallen flat. She hardly flinched when you pressed her about her criminal past, just as she barely blinked when you told her Ben was losing the motel. Seems that you are stuck. I'm sorry, I'm not better at persuading people. Maybe you don't need to be better at persuading to convince someone, strange as that sounds. What you need is a different kind of argument. Ben is falling apart from the crud she's feeding him, like a corpse packed with maggots dropped from the sky to burst open on the dirt below. Maybe you should show her, let her see what it really does to him instead of the happiness she thinks she's providing. I could try convincing her over the phone. You're nobody to her. She won't believe a stranger without proof. Make her come outside when it happens? You could, but it won't help. What you need is for her to see what she's doing to him before she hands him the goods. Maybe calling the cops? Cody's lazy. You're waiting for him to write your concerns in a report will take longer than the loop itself. Chances are he already knows all about Dana's activities around here and won't lift his ass out of the chair to stop him. Now I'm out of ideas. Dana has to witness Ben's descent into the pit of sadness before it happens in the loop. You'll need to record it and send it to her. How am I supposed to keep the video safe from a loop reset? Frank's phone doesn't reset. You just need to check what state it's in. Battery is fine. Then you've solved at least one thing already. All right, well, let's go record Ben on drugs. Don't forget a therapist after therapy after vanishing. Here, righty, Ben. Okay. Make sure Ben is not on drugs. See if Frank's junk phone can record video. It takes a while for the camera app to boot up and you automatically switch to video mode. It works, but the quality won't be great. Old phone, old lens. The recording icon is grayed out. A classic sign the memory's full. Something has to be deleted. Which means deleting files from the phone. The biggest ones are usually photos and videos. I hate this. In one of these is something valuable. And on the other hand, we're reckless and impulsive. Delete it all. System warns you, are you sure this action cannot be done? Yeah, screw it. Phone records with nothing but a spinning circle, grinding away in silence, then finally it stops. All media deleted. 9th degree, delete all media. Well, there was an achievement at least for that. How does that sit with you? It's all gone. I feel terrible about it. Let's be honest, it was terrible, but you press the button anyway. It takes a different kind of guts, the kind that leaves scars. Be that as it may, the phone is ready to record. Oof. Barf. Record Ben in his devastated state. You need the perfect spot, close enough to capture everything, but hidden well enough that Ben won't see you. Climb that elevator and record from the top. Does it need to be that extreme? Apparently, yes. The roof screeches beneath your weight, metal groaning in protest as the side step jagged rusted shards jutting from the frame. But you've conquered it. You're on top of the world, at least it feels that way. You're far from Ben up here, but the view is excellent. Everything laid out before you. Focus the shot. Ben's face and upper body fill the frame. There's clear enough, but the perfect resolution, but it will work. He buries his head into his hand and starts to cry. Action! He cries harder, his body trembling. Sounds spill from him, something between weeping, moaning, and a jagged laugh. No man in a sane state of mind would even ever let out such a noise. The misery bursts like a broken dam, black waters of pain and fear flooding the ground around him, even though through the lens you can feel it seeping toward you. Man, I feel sorry for him. He's having a really rough time. It's likely at the very end of his strength, barely coping, and this is at the breaking point. He pauses for a moment, drawing in a deep breath and holding it, almost as if he's wrestling the storm back under control. And it breaks through again. The sobbing returns, his head shaking, body trembling. Perhaps something set him off, and he simply couldn't bear the weight of it anymore. He just snapped. It's probably losing the motel. That has to sit at the very top of the list. It's hard to imagine what it feels like just to watch everything you've built vanish. Just like that, sobbing, shaking, flat on his back, arms crossed over his chest, unnaturally still. That's it. He's dead. Hold on, he didn't die in the previous loops. He just shut down like an overworked machine. The drug meant for some outer space slams him into like a comet, burning out everything out, at least for now. It's enough. Anyone with eyes can see what's happening here. Record a little longer. Maybe something interesting will happen. I am nosy. He just lies there, motionless but breathing. Eventually, a strangled cry slips out, half dream, half despair, and then silence again. He's asleep or close enough. When the time is right, you have the Wi-Fi, you can send it to Dana. Boom. Is this roleplay? Are you're all role-playing as Scotsmans in the chat? It's a curious way to be. Blue paint on your face and scream freedom. I think that's correct. Role-playing to be either something than a crazed barbarian drinking the blood of your foes out of the skull of an Englishman. But that's the best, isn't it? Go to the Kuiper Belt. That's true. Can you drink blood out of your own skull? Kind of be like a beer helmet? You know, just stick a straw in your ear, from your ear to your mouth, and slurp up all that good blood. All right, emails Ben's video to Dana. You open Frank's email account and start a new message. As you type her address, it autofills already saved in his contacts. Maybe Frank was also a customer. He didn't strike you as the type. Then again, Rue Valley is full of surprises. You tap the paperclip icon in the corner, select the video. A moment later, the file sits there loaded, ready for send-off. The cursor blinks in the subject line, waiting. Concerned about Ben. Simple, clean, if only your life were the same. Maybe add a short message to the body. Nah. Leave it as is. The video speaks for itself. No polish, no preamble, just the raw truth. It's gone, for better or worse. The phone pings. Probably her reply. That was fast.
Frank, are you all right? You sound off. Not like yourself. I just hope Ben hasn't shared anything with you.
I didn't say anything in that email.
Anyway, I had no idea about these side effects. He always seemed fine and never said a word about it. I'll definitely have a talk with him as soon as he shows up. Thanks again. I'd hate to see him suffer, let alone be part of the reason why. See you around.
So all that's left now is head on there. Here sits a man dazed and confused, like he's expected a dive into a blissful stupor, but got a lecture instead, a big one. We need to talk about Riley.
Yeah, sure. Just, hold on a minute. Who are you exactly?
No rest for the wicked, doing a free weekend? Yeah. Ron Empire came in earlier, and he was playing it for like 17 hours on stream today, I think. So I hear really good things about it. Your gambit worked. He sounds and acts like a normal person now, not like a man with one foot hovering over an endless pit of sorrow. Which means it's improvisation time if you want him to open up and spill the proverbial beans. Dude, does this mean that we could record people? We could convince people about the time loop and then record them and then play them back the recorded video of them? Does AI exist in this world? Boy, man, what is my plan here? Am I going to be Eugene, UB Pursuer, or Dr. Nightingale? You know what, man? Let's just be honest. I'm a big fan of Coral Destiny. Probably the biggest there is. But this guy must hate Coral Destiny. Everybody hates Coral Destiny. Let's be the government.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Pursuer. Tell me, Riley isn't in some kind of trouble, is she?
Far from it, I assure you.
Can't imagine why the government would be interested in talking to Riley.
Something in his look, weariness mixed with curiosity and an unwilling respect. You are, after all, the government standing in front of him. It's part of a government review into Coral Destiny's employment procedures. Family members of employees such as Riley are included in our review.
Right. As for Coral Destiny, she resigned a few days back, though I imagine you already knew that.
Might have to pause your Arc Raiders addiction, yeah. Needs time to cook? It's very fun, though. They've made my hidden base at Nightmare to work in. Did Riley specify her reasons for leaving?
Didn't get into the details much, only that something's been bothering her for a long time, and now she's decided to cut off what's not working. Surely in your role, you probably knew this already.
When'd you last talk to her?
A few days back, she showed up at the motel out of nowhere. No call or warning. I was glad to see her. Made us some coffee, poured us some numb night. Over small talk and a couple of toasts, she told me two things. She quit her job, and she was leaving Rue Valley for good. Two big shocks back to back.
There's a quiver in his tone, the sadness pushing through. He forces himself to continue.
There was also a third thing. That one shook me more than anything else.
Obviously, I want this nosy answer, but I'm just going to stay silent.
She asked about her brother Frank, how he'd been and what he's doing. Little things like that.
What makes that one stand out so much?
You see, Riley and Frank had a fight a while ago and haven't exactly been on speaking terms since. I never understood it. If anyone had been through hell and high water together, it was them. But the fight was so bitter, it drove them apart. So Riley never mentioned Frank for years. This is why I was so stunned. Anyway, it's family drama. I doubt it matters for your government review.
If you're comfortable sharing, I'd be glad to listen.
We spoke a bit about Frank, then she handed me money for him. A serious amount in case he should ever need it.
You see the thought spark in his eye. He hurries to clarify before you can ask.
And no, I don't keep it on me. It's in a safe place. A bank, naturally.
Naturally.
She asked me to persuade Frank to seek help again. Dr. Fink, the therapist in my motel. He worked at Coral Destiny before going private.
Lose him again in all those blueprints in a couple of months? Yeah, only if you prestige. Yeah, I think. I know of him. The circumstances of his departure from Coral Destiny are dubious at best.
I didn't realize the company and the people thought so badly of him. He looks like a good person to me. Riley was adamant. Frank has to talk about Judy's death. You know, that guiding light accident.
That accident must have shaken all of you.
Terribly. Frank was hit the hardest, but Riley too. Judy was a close friend. In any case, she said she would leave something of importance concerning Judy with Dr. Fink, but she didn't go into details.
What? Whatever she gave him, Fink still holds it. Now you have to get it from him. Right now, it's the only lead you've got, making it the best lead.
I'm swamping you with family stories. You don't even know everyone I'm talking about. And maybe none of this is relevant.
Don't worry about it. Let me ask you, why didn't she meet with Frank herself?
I think she was afraid of what would happen if she faced him, that another fight would break out. Riley probably wanted to make sure he'd get the money and that special something, especially since she's leaving Rue Valley for good. Shit, I just remembered she's leaving today. This is her last day here. I just hope she saw Frank to say goodbye.
I spoke with her earlier, and I think she hasn't found him yet.
That's rough. I really hope she manages to track him down. It'd be a pity if she failed. I can only hope that what I shared proved helpful to you, that you gained something from it.
Your country thanks you for your service, citizen. The next step is clear. Wait for the reset and head to Fink. But Fink's not there when I show up. All right. You learned from Ben that Riley left something behind, told him to give him to Frank. We're probably going to have a dream today. Now what do we do? Play a quick match of hyper-casual protagonists. Wait for the loop to reset. I'm a prestige. Needs to get to max level first. I'm not yet. Only got 31 days. I think if you miss the cycle, you can just keep going until the next one for prestigious. I never got all the way to Prestige. I played a bunch of Arc Raiders, but eventually just kind of was like, eh. I found the game got really, I don't know, like aggressive after a while. I liked it more when people were being jerks less, quite honestly. Head to Kuiper Belt and go see the doc. Means you were aggressive, my lobbies were chill. I was only aggressive in like 3v3s. Never in single player. And I would just get dumpstered so frequently. That was actually the problem, is that I was chill and people would just like dumpster you out of nowhere. It's a bit of a confusing system. Maybe 1 in every 10 solo raids. That's good. There's a few times that I hopped on and just like first raid, first house I go into, somebody just like camps outside, waits for me, and then just like blows me up the moment I turn the corner, and I would be like, I don't want to play this game anymore. This is not a fun experience. 846. Oh my god. This door feels more like home than the door to any other room, even yours. Dr. Fink, open up. It's a matter of life and death. You hear a muffled sound of the bathroom opening.
Going on? Mr. Hero, what in the Earth's name? What happened?
Oh, right. Dr. Fink is rattled because you vanished on him this loop and every other loop since you started appearing in Frank's pickup. Just play along. He'll accept the impossible. Sorry, Doc. No time to chat. Riley left something for you for Frank. I need it, whatever it is.
Riley? Frank? How do you even know about them? Are you friends? That would be a serious conflict of interest for our therapy.
Time's running out. The horizon will soon be lit by a fiery sky, advancing like a tide of ruin that will consume everything. It's a long story. Just trust me, please. He studies you carefully, searching for the truth behind your request. You'll have to give him something. I know you mean well. You want the best for both Frank and Riley. He doesn't resist this truth, just continues to listen. Frank can't face his demons alone. It's why Riley wanted Frank to continue his sessions with you.
Yes. She did place her trust in me. Riley believed I could reach him. This time for real. She left me that thing. Said it might help me reach Frank. But also help me if the past still troubles me.
Is that trouble called Guiding Light mission? He closes his eyes for a second and takes a deep breath, then continues, a semblance of composure regained.
Yes. I made a grave error. And someone close to Frank and Riley paid the price.
Yes, we know. We already read your private letter and hugged you.
That's why I couldn't bring myself to listen to the things she left me. I wasn't ready to tear the scab from that wound.
Does she leave him the whole message? Give me whatever Riley left. I may find closure for Frank, for her, maybe for all of us. Behind his eyes, you can sense a struggle, whether to trust you, a complete stranger, with the ending of his story, or clutch it tight and lose it forever. Your extended hand trembles. From exertion or expectation, doesn't matter. A moment stretches on, endless, destined only to be broken by a burning horizon. Then he slips something from his pocket and presses it into your palm. Small, light. A ball-shaped USB stick. Thank you.
I put my faith in you, Mr. Hero. Please, don't betray it.
The northern sky begins to smolder, red and yellow, bleeding into the horizon. You clutch the USB stick tight against your chest like it's a beating heart of its own. Your mind is a hive of questions. What's on that stick? How are you going to open it? What if it's protected by a password? And most important of all, what if it resets? A million buzzing thoughts swarm your skull. And then you nearly forgot. Fink is still there, glasses glowing, eyebrows like a storm cloud. Both of you are silent, washed in burning light as the horizon swallows itself, each lost in his own thoughts and the world's end. Then he breaks it with a familiar yet inescapable question.
Still with me, Mr. Hero?
Yes, Doctor. until the end. The explosion, the blaze, the roar. The world ends again with you on your way back to Frank's car. But not empty-handed, hopefully. This time you carry something, maybe the final piece of the puzzle. Quick, check your pockets. Is it still there? I know it is. You probably know what's on it, right? It's the entirety of Judy's message. Should I play it? Use the car radio to play the message.
But the worst issue of all in my predicament is that I just can't be sure if anything else is damaged. The Overwatch protection is having a bit of a fit. It intermittently reports malfunctions on various systems, including those I know are working, like life support or the power grid.
Judy. That's Judy. Stop fucking everything, buddy. That's Judy.
I was right all this time. I was right. Nobody believed me.
Then sometimes it reports the 2 damaged solar panels are operating at peak 98% efficiency, though I see their shattered frames through the viewport.
Was this giving you a wrong gas gauge reading?
I even thought about permanently shutting down the Overwatch when I got my hopes up, reporting it fixed the long-range comms where it were as dead as ever. I'm not sure if this is a legacy problem with the fault protection system or the mainframe got damaged in the blast.
Imagine if this idiotic machine did what it was supposed to and fixed the long-range comms. Imagine!
I'd be talking to Judy right now.
I pondered an exploratory EVA to determine the extent of the damage done to the lander, but the brutal truth is, I can't risk opening the airlock and losing any of the precious little oxygen reserves I have left. I have a cache of oxygen candles, yes, but I need to keep them for unforeseen emergencies.
Oh, no. One close encounter with the Void is one far too many.
My top priority right now is to find a sustainable way to generate oxygen. Water electrolysis, powered by my own urine, comes to mind, but I'll have to think of a way to extract clean and sterile water from it.
Nothing like breathing your own pee.
This will take power. A lot of power. I'll end here, since I don't want to dip into my fuel reserves more than I will have to.
Whatever it takes to survive, love. That's what I did.
Guiding light, mission log, day 3. Commander Resnick speaking. This will be my last official report.
Ooh, she makes a lot more than day 3, so... The air is not only oxygen, pure oxygen to burn you up.
No! Judy, what happened?
Well, that was dramatic. I made a decision to continue recording, but this will become both my personal log and the record of my journey. A space to keep track of my resources, my thoughts, and my plans.
Oh.
Hopefully, when I land back home, I'll tell you my tale in person, so this will become a relic for the history books. Just in case, I'll load every message into the short-range auto transmitter. This was a short message.
If only you were here already. I waited for so long.
Guiding light, day 9, Commander Resnick's log. The sunlight is plentiful, for now, so I've decided to drain some more kilowatts from my power reserves and record. If only engineering crammed more batteries into this lander. I've already made written list upon list, prepared a number of paper blueprints for all of my projects, but just speaking helps me get my thoughts in order. It's strange. Dr. Fink correctly predicted a future when he warned the mission team about an intense desire to hear human speech during our long isolation. But I doubt he ever thought about a situation as dire as mine, so just Hearing the din of my own voice in this tin can fills me with a strange sense of warmth. But back to business, Star Command.
Sound of your voice fills me with warmth, Judy.
I did an inventory of all my available resources. Food and water is aplenty, as the lander was supposed to serve as a temporary base for Rose, Mark, and me during our planetside operation. It's your standard, bland astronaut fare, sure, but it was supposed to feed 3 people, so with proper rationing, maybe a bit of fasting, I won't starve to death. Hopefully.
Overdo it, you start questioning your own sanity? I mean, I've been doing that a long time in this game.
Think about death. Don't even mention dying.
Oxygen is an entirely different beast. We were never meant to spend so much time in the lander, so I have only 30 kilos of stored oxygen, and that will last me approximately a month. Or I should say 21 more days to go. And my stores of water are not that plentiful either, so I'll definitely have to resort to urine recycling for oxygen regeneration. I've already planned the jury-rigged water electrolysis system and scavenged for parts. Unfortunately, one of the solar batteries had to be sacrificed for the cause and turned into a power source. My last and deepest concern is my fuel reserve. It is currently at 87%, which is my fault, really. Once I was in the lander, I activated the thrusters to get away from the wreckage of guiding light as soon as possible. I might have panicked and burned for too long. Might have. Hopefully, this mistake won't come back to bite me in the ass.
It will.
Preliminary calculations state there should be plenty for all the systems I'm building, maintaining life support, and the burn that will get me back to Earth.
Your fuel calculations match up with this.
That's all I have for now. So much to do. Guiding light, mission log, day 31, Commander Resnick recording. Nothing quite like that first breath of freshly generated oxygen. I am happy to announce that my water electrolysis system is fully operational. I'm so happy. I wanted to give it a grand opening with the ribbon cutting ceremony, but I'm all out of ribbons.
That's our girl. There's nothing you can't achieve. Nothing.
Man, Frank really loves her.
The only downside is that the whole process takes so much time, from urine collection, water recovery, sterilization of equipment, and running the electrolyzer. Though I have a feeling it will get much better once I have more time to improve my protocols. Speaking of, I feel I need to pass water now, and I can't afford to waste a drop, so signing off.
Figuring out sanity doesn't exist. Thoughts only exist, have in relation to others, such as our lot as living beings. Got sick last year, was stuck at home by myself for a week. By day 3, I felt like I was losing it. Yeah. Anytime like my partner goes out of town and I'm just by myself for a while, it's about day 3 that I start going crazy. The first couple of days, I'm fine. Day 3, I'm nuts. Thankfully, I have the cats, and thankfully, I sit in this office and talk to you guys all day, or talk to myself all day. I don't know, a little of both. He caught the signal at 8 p.m. back when there was no loop. Just when you heard that clock for the very first time, which was all about the therapy, the incident, the motivation, and status effects. Keep listening to the message.
Right. Mission log, day 52. Happy to report I'm still alive, though honestly, my
You've heard this before. You heard this part already. It won't be easier the second time around. Fast forward to where the interference starts. Day 3, week. Prefer being alone? I mean, I like being alone, but it's got to be a balance of both, I find.
Mission log, day 188. It's so hard to sleep without the pills pulling you into the void. I just lie strapped in my zero-G hammock and stare at the ceiling, my mind working on overdrive.
Hurry up! Don't want to lose Judy's signal.
Every night, yes, I made air quotes, Sumi, is a struggle. But I'm getting there. At least I don't have to wade through a jumble of thoughts anymore. I mean, I'm tired, but I am awake. Truly awake.
Now where in the holy fuck have you left that battery, buddy?
And I have a plan now. A way out of this shit. During one of those ceiling staring sessions, I came up with a solution for how to fix my trajectory.
Boy. Maybe it's in the chest of drawers.
Nothing here. Hurry.
Perhaps it's on the work desk.
Nope. Where is that spare battery? It's useless. There's no spare battery here, you dimwit. We're just wasting time.
My God. Alone on day 3, crazy cat agent. Plenty of people during the lockdown were complaining about how hard the 2 weeks ISO was. 2 weeks is easy. I do 2 weeks ISO for giggles. Yeah, I mean, I thrived during COVID. I will say that. I still found every, after X number of days, 3 or 4 days, I would generally at least need to call someone, but I did well in that isolation. COVID quarantine wrecked you. Played Board Game Arena. Didn't even know Twitch existed back then. 100% bad news bears for me. Yeah, I mean, everybody kind of dealt with it differently, right? You were on BBG or played solo board games? I don't know. BBG sounds, I don't know what that is. Sounds pretty dirty, though. Sounds pretty dirty to me.
Yes, it's super risky, but let's face it, I'm at such a point that I might as well bet it all on red. If I don't, everything will stay the same forever. I just need to do the math, build a model. It will work. It must. Judy out.
I'm so curious how much this stuff changes. Like, if I played as someone who wasn't impulsive, like the amount of things I have to do because I'm reckless is, I feel like more than anything else, reckless and nosy are the two that I'm constantly like falling into here. So 261 days of lockdown was pretty easy. You want to talk to someone, you go on Twitch. Yep. Gave you a chance to do a life reset. Yeah, totally. I hear you there. Caught you at your first running job. Yep. Broke your confidence, got a job after it, built your confidence back up. Job after that, shattered your confidence so bad, still struggle going out. It's a cycle, right? This is Frank. Yeah, but he has the same stats as I do. I think. He certainly has the same general stats as I do. We're gonna beat our stupid head with closed fists.
Alex has radio equipment. You did beat some sense into yourself.
Decay Ranch now. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Except we don't get Decay Ranch because of the roadblock.
Day 224. Here's
my
bit of
car.
Analysis after the fact.
We witnessed this.
I contemplated a triangle. Trajectory, remaining fuel reserves, required fuel for the burn. No matter how I spun it, no matter how much I twisted it, that triangle always stayed the same.
Maybe we've been Frank all along. I have thought about that, yeah. Separated from your husband, moved into the city, away from everyone you knew in early 2020s. Divorced 2020, no family, no friends, couldn't go to church, bad times. Yeah. No, that's a hell of a wombo combo to face all at once, especially with COVID as well. So timing of that's tough, but I mean, you're on good path to recovery right now. You just got remarried. Just met a new beau. Crank the engine till it turns on.
Insufficient fuel for trajectory altering burn. Unable to adjust vector of approach for planetfall.
Look at scrawny loser staring at you. Like you've hit his fucking transformer.
We're looking at ourselves through ourselves in a time loop.
Come on, start, you piece of shit.
You're back in the moment when you saw Frank, the reckless driver, for the first time. Your mind recoils from even scratching the surface of how all this is possible. Best not dwell on that, but act. Act now and try to stop this endless prison of repetition. Can I move? Break the cycle. It all started with Frank. It might end if you stop Frank. All the pain you've endured led you back to this point. Make it count. Stop Frank. You watched him go and said nothing, but now is your chance to change it. We are now me. You're right. My stats are different than Frank, but they are very hella similar, right? Loops are the Franks we met along the way. Stop, you fool. You'll doom us all to an eternity in a 47-minute prison. Too little, too late. Only one option. Follow him. Run down the stairs, enter your car.
Outside of that triangle to push the calculations to my favor, literally.
You have to make him stop somehow. Do we drive him off the road? Frank, just because Judy's not a part of your life anymore doesn't mean that you're less, that you're worthless shite.
Who the fuck are you? You don't know shit about me.
I donned my EVA suit and ventured outside of the airlock. Oxygen loss be damned. Using my jetpack and additional fuel I made myself with the water electrolysis system, I was able to create just enough pressure to alter my trajectory and make sure the fuel required for the burn will be sufficient.
I know nobody believed you about Judy's message and it made you furious, but you have to stop. This is not the way.
Stop yapping and let me listen to Judy, you fucker.
And when I was about to re-enter the lander, I noticed something that I've yet to make peace with. One of the fuel injector pipes, that radical new Coral Destiny innovation, is damaged, showing signs of previous leaks. The damage might have been caused by the explosion, or the material was never meant for spaceflight. I don't know.
Ooh. You have to live so Judy can live through you. Stop.
Fuck you, you scrawny loser. She's not dead.
But now, I do know the reason why I was spending so much more fuel during our previous burns. Seeing that was a gut punch. If only I went outside earlier to assess the damage, I could maybe... No, use crying over spilled milk or fuel.
We're all in my brain? Yeah, oh, this is just a hallucination for me.
I've patched up the rupture as much as I could have, just to make sure it doesn't expand and cost me even more fuel. I returned to the lander, performed the burn. The result, that triangle was shattered. My new trajectory is stable, but I don't know how to feel about that. I've sacrificed so many resources to do this. Too much, maybe.
I tell him the roadblock is raised or tell him he's going to drive off the cliff. This is your last chance to stop before you drive off that cliff.
Shut up.
Day 226. Guiding light mission. Judith Resnick speaking. I've decided to do this now, while I'm still mindful.
Go to sleep, the aliens playing us go rest.
While life support still has enough resources to operate.
We're just a simulation.
I can't change them now. I've started questioning my own decisions. But I keep telling myself that whatever I did or didn't do, an end would come. This way, I got to choose that end. And it will come on my own terms.
No. Fucking roadblock. Fucking Coral Destiny. I have to get to Alex before the battery runs out.
Oh. Following Frank down that cliff is the only way out of here. Ready to crash and burn? Leap of faith? What's one more fall off a cliff, this time surrounded by a couple of tons of steel and plastic? I guess so. Pedal to the metal, baby. You know that this pain is almost certain, but you're willing to risk it to fulfill your goals. Gas to the max, baby! You're awoken to a world of hurt, not even sure where your body begins and the pain ends. I'm alive? You pull your face and hand from the airbag. Judy's words reach you like a distant lighthouse that barely penetrates a veil of fog.
Star Command, you will receive all of my messages through the short-range auto transmitter. I have some personal requests. Please make sure that the following people hear my words.
Time for aliens to do alien stuff. I suck. I don't suck. That's mean. Why you say that? Hate simulation theory. It's pointless. It does nothing to advance our understanding of the universe, right? Yeah, yeah. Any kind of transhumanism. We're humans. We are the humans. All of everything is us. There are multiple spots of searing pain all over your body. Oh, my ribs are killing me. Hopefully they are not killing me. There's no bubbling when you breathe, so they didn't puncture your lung, just you feel broken ribs. I can barely move my fingers. The world will be spared from your writing. Huzzah. The searing spots of hurt spread like a cancer, becoming your whole being. The sheer intensity threatens to flood all over you. A living bruise. Pain overwhelming. The whole being reels away from this horrid existence, luring you deeper into the subconscious, or rather out of this reality. Anything, just not to endure the pain any longer. You must suppress the flood of pain threatening to overwhelm you and see what's happened to Frank. Dude, we know what's happened to Frank. I will not let the pain win. I will stay here and finish this.
For my friends, Jake, Kirka, Riley, Jean, I'll be brief like I usually am. I love you, you bastards. You better get to Mars and drink to my health, or else.
There he is. Is he still alive? Check his pulse. Faint like drums in the deep, but it's
To
there.
my parents, Mom, Dad. Countless times I've imagined your smiles when Guiding Light was launched.
Just doing your duty.
How proud you'd be.
Frank cries out in pain, his whole body shuddering. He's alive, but he's still not conscious. Wake up, Frank. You have to hear this. It's Judy. You don't have time to be unconscious. Like a thunderbolt, Frank opens his eyes and glares right into yours.
You. Countless times I've tormented myself with your faces when you learned that the ship was lost with all crew. But now, at least you get a better epilogue than that.
It's Judy, Frank. Listen. He looks at a specific point in the empty air.
You're here.
I can't imagine your pain, your sorrow. I know this is not what you imagined for me, but this is what I can do, what I want. Out of the worst, I've extracted the very possible best, just like you taught me. I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. Frank, my love. I'm sorry. I'll have to break that promise I made. I won't be coming home. You have to know, I fought with every atom of my being. I tried.
What are you saying? I'll save you.
It's all right, Frank. It's all right.
But sometimes we have to learn to admit defeat, to accept it. Please understand that I chose this. I want to have a resting place on Mars. A grave.
You can't die, Judy. You must not.
I refuse to be another piece of space junk on an endless Earth-Mars orbit. I've broken that loop.
Broken the loop.
I want you to be happy. Need you to be happy. Do not allow yourself to return to the pit. I know it will hurt, but I must become another scar for you to bear.
Sad.
I love you. Now and forever.
Can we please play a happy, upbeat game after this? Absolutely, Christy.
I love you too, Judy. Now. Forever.
Hear every fragment of Judy's recorded message. He coughs, his whole body heaving with effort. Once the fit subsides, a trickle of dark red blood oozes from Frank's mouth.
What now, buddy?
You already said your goodbyes. Now you gotta actually let go. Oh, cool. Smiley Riley stabbed you in the back, still hurts. Told Riley the truth. She brushed off your firm belief that Judy's alive just because she knows them and works there, so you returned the favor. You told her she's just a token local hire. That's the only reason they keep her around. She's never going to fly to Mars before orbit. She looked hurt, but she deserved it. A quiet, serious man keeps to himself most of the time. Once when things were really rough, he stepped in and helped you, but you're still grateful for that, whether he knows it or not. You ran into him a few years back. Must have looked like hell because he was the one who offered you therapy. First twice a week, then once. It helped until it didn't. And that was that. Robin's like a favorite distant cousin, the kind you wish you had a younger sister growing up. Ben's a great man with a heart of gold, a father figure to you and Riley when you both ended up alone. He took you in without asking for anything, and he's done it again for you now. You have no idea if you'll ever repay him. The electricity at the motel started acting weird, so you helped Ben check the transformer. Helped meaning you did all the work while he supervised, and somehow still had a great time. Anita's the most complicated person you've ever met and wants everything done her way, but can't stand it when someone tells her to mess off. She thinks she's always right, thinks she's better than everyone else. Just thinking about her is exhausting. Anita called Maxine because her car broke down. You went out to pick it up and tow the car, and you did it for one reason only, because Maxine asked you. We're never going to fix Anita's car. Trevor? Good guy. You're still not sure what he sees in Anita. Fix Trevor's car. This is Trevor's car. Trevor asked you to take a look at his white lightning. It was making a strange noise. You did, and you fixed the noise. Great car. Stupid name. Maxine's tough, reliable, no nonsense, easily the best of the K's. Alex should be looking to her as a role model, not hiding behind his theories or the stories of the family's name and fortune long gone. Maxine asked you to fix the door on the trailer behind the gas station. You did. Not sure why it mattered, but she's the boss. Alex has been friends since childhood. Life dragged you down through different roads until y'all reconnected not so long ago. He's all right, just spends too much of his time chasing ghosts. You heard her. You heard her voice. She's alive, and with Alex's help, you managed to pull a message from Judy out of the static. You have to save Judy no matter what. Give up. It's Farrenhugger next. Jesus. This game was giving us therapy. Now after this, we need another therapy. With a trembling hand, he switches for the receiver and switches it to off.
But would you stay with me? I don't want to die alone.
Don't worry. Both Judy and me are here. Reluctantly, he takes your hand. His firm grip, flesh already going cold, tells you how afraid and grateful he is for this.
Still with me, Mr. Harrell? For a moment you seemed elsewhere.
Terribly sorry I wandered off again. Could you repeat that, please? He smiles.
No worries, Mr. Harrell. Well, we are done with our second session. I'll see you tomorrow again. Get some rest, please. Your physical condition demands it. Good night, Mr. Harrow.
See you tomorrow, Doctor. The Timekeeper. Where others wasted it with flair, you kept it on a leash. This game was great. I do not understand why this game got mixed reviews. Unless it's a lot of people being like, whoa, I don't need therapy. This game is coming at me way too much. Got Goosebumps was super good, right? I mean, there was a few times in this game I straight like welled up, man. I had to like stop myself from wanting to cry. One of the expected endings? That's crazy. There's like 5 endings or something for the game. Recommending this to so many people. Yeah. Great game, man. I can't wait to write Alcat about this. They reached out of the blue and were just like, do you want to try this game? Just give it a shot. And I was like, yeah, why not? I like you guys. Sure. Did not expect to be like, just what an experience this was. Hated it. Great game though. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fitting. To you, it was the fact that it ended it all, right? I mean, it has that like psych out ending when you're looking at the sunset and the game like the credits start rolling, and I was like, what? You've got to be kidding me. Just because it didn't really feel like an ending. I mean, we just felt stuck. But that was I liked that ending a lot. So they deserve an award for the rate. Well, Alcat didn't write it. They just published it. Be clear about that. But yeah, no, the writing in this game was wow. Wow. God, that scene where he like has to bring his dad when he's going through like Alzheimer's and he has to bring his dad to the clinic. Oh man, that ripped me apart, dudes. I don't even know anybody with Alzheimer's, and that was so well written. Heartbreaking. Some really beautiful moments in this game, honest to God. There's not a lot of games I describe as games as art. This War of Mine is the number one I always do. I definitely think this is up there. Like when I think about something that truly like evokes emotion, that makes you feel something, this game just 10 out of 10'd it for me. Facing your past, maybe a past you've run away from, a past trauma so horrible you shut it within you, right? Leaving an open wound unattended. Know someone who will have it if they live that long? I mean, I will say like one question I do have about like is I don't understand why the loop was caused by Frank. Like what superpower caused the loop? I also feel like there's a lot of stuff we never solved. Like Jason Burns and Maxine was something we never really got to. So I'm stuck and I can't get through. Bad game. This might be part of the bad reviews. I mean, there's always a pretty obvious, you can always look at that map and be like, oh, this is what I have to do. Even if that thing is like shoot somebody and you really don't want to do it. Not crying, just cutting invisible onions. Wow. Good job. Well, that's our playthrough of Rue Valley. Folks, thank you for joining us. If you've been on the YouTube watching it the way through, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you come join us for whatever the next game is. It'll definitely be a cheerier game, but you know, I like these narrative games as well, so you never know what we'll see. Until next time, bye-bye.